Okay. So please, as participants this morning, if you don't mind, kindly introduce yourself and tell us why you are joining us this morning, why you have decided to come and hear about this newfound job and all that. Yeah. Over to us one by one.
Yeah, personally, I was invited by a friend who told me about this, and she said she was not able to really explain it clearly, but it's something that was really good where you will be working from home.
Yeah.
And so she sent me this link and then to say, okay, you can call her and then you can talk to her because there's another training which is starting next week.
Yeah.
So that's why I came, so that I know I get more information so as to make a decision whether I will join next week or not.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much. And you've made the right move, and I really appreciate you for that. All right, so the next person, please introduce yourself and tell us why you're here.
My name is Adikemi. I was introduced by Sister Ayo.
Oh,
She's a
fantastic.
colleague.
Okay, I think I know her. Okay, that's Sister Ayo Popola, is that?
Yeah, Popola, yes.
Fantastic, because I used to work with the social services before I went to do nursing. So we used to be in the same office. Yeah, so I've known her long time ago when I started working in that within the team, I think in 2012. So I left them in 2016, you know. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, and you have made the right move.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know. Please tell me what it is, because I'm still making decision of what I want to do and where I want to be regarding prayer. So if you just said try this, and maybe you will say if you are interested.
Oh yeah, I'm still showing my slides, so wait and get. There are a lot of information to come, so please just bear with us. Are you a nurse or social worker?
No, I'm a nurse. I'm a staff nurse.
Okay, that's good. All right, so Fina.
Hi, my name is Fina. Actually, someone sent this link to me. So she didn't really make any explanation, but I read the caption, and I'm actually looking for, how to shift in the NHS. Fantastic. So I thought this would be a good option.
You have made the right move, 100%. You will enjoy it. I'm loving it. So currently, are you a nurse or midwife or?
I'm a nurse.
Okay, that's good.
Working with the NHS, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, that's good. So you are still within the NHS, coming on to this side of NHS.
Yeah, well, I'm in acute care at the moment.
Okay, yeah. I get it. I know what you may have worked in the acute care as well, so I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get on. Thank you so much, everyone. So moving on. All right, so that you also know about me, that who is this, girl that is bringing this training? Who is this that wants to train us or that wants to show us this information? I'm Olanike Bejide. I'm an empowerment coach. I'm positive transformation coach. So I encourage people to discover themselves. I create awareness. And if anyone, maybe they don't have vision or they've got vision that they don't know how to run with it, I sit them down either in a group or one-to-one. And I'm a coach with the John Maxwell group, John Maxwell Leadership Group. Is a well-renowned author all over the world. So that's my mentor. And that's everything I've been saying. They're just side thing, like my, what I do at my spare time. But currently, I'm a registered nurse and I'm a CHC nurse assessor nurse, as we're talking. And I train people on the job as well. So I've been able to train midwives. I've been able to train, midwife, not midwives. I've been able to train a pharmacist. I've been able to train my fellow nurses as well on the job. And being that I'm an independent coach and I know what this job is all about, and I realize that, and I realize that not many nurses know about this role. Most of the time when I talk to some of my friends who are nurses, They will say, oh, they've been working, they are tired, this and this. So I just thought, I think I better create this awareness so that they will know that there is another light at the end of the tunnel. Of course, I'm not using that to, underrate or downgrade the fact that we, as nurses, we need to start from the nurse, from the hospital where we do hands-on clinical services and all of that, or in the community. I work on the ward before. I work in the community as a district nurse before. So I totally get it that is where you start from. But whenever people are feeling tired or want flexibility or are thinking about ditching their nurse certificate, there is another light at the end of the tunnel where you can even step up higher beyond where you are right now. So that's why I thought I'm going to create this awareness. So let's move on. Also, as an empowerment coach, like I mentioned, I'm currently running 10 weeks of mastermind, where I'm helping people to discover their potential, to activate their potential, to become positively transformed, and also to begin to use that which they have been blessed with in terms of their potential to impact lives positively and then to monetize it. Okay, so we started in August, so we are still going on right now for this 10 weeks of mastermind. So anyone that wants to also discover themselves, they are welcome to join us. Okay, all right. So in addition to that, I decided to take you through this step before I go into the main thing of today so that you will know that I have spare time as a nurse and I work from home and you can do better. Okay, so also I have a global platform that runs currently within 7 countries where I gather people every Sunday. We pray and we empower ourselves. So it's a prayer and empowerment platform. So I'm an assistant pastor, and on our platform, we have a lot of pastors as well. And whenever we do, maybe empowerment program or events, we invite great men of God to come and bless us. So I'm doing this within my nursing role. I mean, as alongside my nursing role. So you can see that I don't look tired. Of course, it's Saturday. I also, was sleeping and all that. And I've attended the night vigil last night. So I'm just showing you all of that. That's working in this role as a CHC nurse assessor. You will start from band 6. If you have been a band 5 before, you will start automatically from band 6, and you will have a lot of time, on your hands to also play with, to do some things in the community. Now, when you come onto this, the journey rather, to becoming a CHC nurse, we are starting today from training information. So you can see number 1, the step moves up to 7. So the first one is what we are doing right now, training information. And I decided to go this way because I remember my own experience when I went for the same training. There was no training information. There was nothing. It's just whether you like it or not, join us or you don't join us on this training. And before you join, you have to pay ahead of time. So you just pay, you don't know what you're going to get. It's just by faith or by like a risk. To me then, that was why it took me 4 years before I now say, okay, when I started seeing all my friends, say, look, we are working from home. And then when I got there, already I was a coach, or I've become a coach. So I just thought, no, this is really a great thing to make sure to also, create awareness, on. So this is what we're on the level 1 right now, attending the training. So after this training, you pay for the training. And then the moment you pay for the training, you send me the confirmation, you attend the main training. And the moment you attend the main training, you start to apply because you will get everything that you need to be confident enough to be able to apply. All right. And then after applying, you get the job because they are really desperate. They are looking for, people to work for them. You get the job. And then you have me as your mentor whenever, because after the training, apart from you starting you with your application, you will join my CHC platform that I've just created. And the essence of having that platform is to be able to continue to rub mind. So it's a lifetime platform where if you have any question, maybe you have an interview, you drop it, oh, can somebody help me with this question? Or when you get the job, if you cannot ask any question at work, you can drop information on that platform and say, oh, please, can anybody tell me, even while you're at work, people will always come around, or you can call me, or you can text me. You always have, like helping hand. And then you have me as your mentor for as long as you want, until you're able to stand on yourself, on your own. All right. So this is why I created this awareness. And also next week on Thursday, we're having the main training, because this is my third information session. So some of the people that have come to hear the information, they have been, indicating that they will join. So we are having a training on the 12th. So after this training, or after this information session as well, you are welcome to send in your money and join us on the 12th for the main training, and then you can start your application. So the training context is, you will have all that you need to know during the training about the CHC for you to prepare for your job interview. You will have information about where to apply and how to apply. You will have access to interview questions. You will have access to cover letter, because the way you is different from if you're applying for the is different from when you're applying to the hospital or to the community. So everything that you need to know to make you ready to go for this job is what this training is going to be about. And there'll be opportunity for questions, for support, and all of that. Okay, so moving on. What is the objective of this training? Why do you need to come for this training? Why am I creating this awareness? Number one, to create awareness of many other great opportunities, in nursing, that is beyond working on the ward, that is beyond, working in the community or running from pillar to post. Opportunity that helps you to still be able to use your nursing qualification and work from the comfort of your home. Number two is to encourage my fellow nurses and other healthcare professionals, because this CHC is not only open to nurses, it's open to everyone within the health and social care. Not to encourage them not to quit, their valuable and worthy profession, because many people, when they've had enough, they just say, oh, they are maybe doing businesses, they just forget about their certificates as a nurse. Meanwhile, they don't know that they can still continue to work as a nurse and even still do that business that they want to run after. Okay, so the last thing is to make life easy for my fellow nurses and other, professionals who desire, to go flexible in their role as registered nurses. Now, there is something I want everyone on the platform to know as well, to know where we sit as nurses if we are within the clinical setting, where we are doing hands-on service or maybe helping people and all of that. Now, if you look at the whole national health service, it's like a project. And the project started with the Department of Health. It's like you have an idea that you want to begin to produce this thing. The idea is there. You have to get people that will help you to make it to come to reality. So that's where this Department of Health stands. And when the Department of Health, had that idea, within their platform, what did they do? They reach out to, the commissioning group. They reach out to NHS England. They reach out to public health to survey, to find out what is it that people need, in the community with their health and all of that. So who will do all this job? They use the Public Health England, use the NHS England and all of that. And then they look for commissioners. So the reason why I'm saying this is the role that I'm calling you to come and join is sitting within the commissioning group. Okay, so it's a senior role. It's not, a role that people will, that maybe it's just band 5, it's band 6. So it's a senior role. All right. So, and then from there, they will now find people that will execute this plan. Who are the people in the front line executing their plan? Is the nurses working on the ward, nurses working in the community, maybe as district nurses, or maybe as mental health nurse, maybe as midwife, people that are really in the front line that are having patient contacts. But when you come onto this level, you can see the level, is very close to the Department of Health. You'll be working in the office from your home. You'll be working on a senior platform. So you have more direct access to the Department of Health. You can move up the ladder because it doesn't stop at band 6 only. You can move up band 7, band 8, and they have their bank department as well, where you can register, just like when you're on the ward and you register with the bank. And they have their agency as well, and the agency is also paying more than what we run after as clinical nurses when we go maybe in the hospital or in the community. All right, so the reason why I went this way is just to show us that the reason why we are here today is not a joke, it's a promotion, and it's flexibility, and it's peace of mind. So without taking too much time on that, I'm going to move on. Now, you can see the secondary care, that's talking about people in the hospital, working in the hospital. That's where nurses are most of the time. And then the primary care, talking about the GP and nurses that you see as well within the local community. You understand? But we are moving beyond the primary care. We are moving beyond the secondary care. You are going up, to be working alongside the clinical, governance, clinical commissioning group, working with the Department of Health, having more understanding of things, and even be able to move up the road, be in charge. So when you come to work in this role, you will be in charge, you will sit in your home, and you'll be making decisions that will be carried out by nurses in the front line. All right, so let's move on. Another reason why I'm creating this awareness, or reason why I felt it is important for nurses to know about this and come up and work, especially if you've had enough on the ward, if you are feeling tired, or if you are thinking of maybe quitting or looking for something else to do, instead of doing that, come up, to this level and work here. So the reason is, I realized that there is something called compassionate fatigue. Most nurses, after some years of working maybe on the ward or in the community, they become so tired. You begin to see them maybe coming late to work or calling in sick or not performing as it should be, where they're supposed to uphold the 6 C's of nursing, like care, compassion, competence, communication, courage, commitment. You see them, lagging behind in these aspects. And what happened? They see themselves being at risk. And that's when so many things will begin to happen, and they'll begin to pick on them, and there'll be ill feelings, or they'll be looking for another job or moving on to another, organization and all of that. So why don't you come onto this role before you get to this level where you are feeling like, oh, I've had enough, I don't know what to do, or in fact, I've heard of cases of people losing their pin or having problem at work because the zeal or the interest or the enthusiasm is no longer there. So before we get to that level, the moment you are feeling that, this is where to come and you will enjoy it. Okay. So another reason why, I am creating this awareness is I found out that over the past 12 months, more than 34,000 nurses left their role within the NHS. And this increased compared to previous years' statistics of people that left. It's increasing by 25%, and it is still increasing on a daily basis. For example, I found out from the King's Fund that as of last year, 2022, about 6,000, in fact, it's more than 6,000 nurses that left the tree in the tower. Of course, based on different reasons. But majority of them is because of pressure, because of stress. So why would you want to join the statistics when you have this good offer in place? Okay, so I found out that some of the reasons, why people are leaving was, number one, retirement, of course. But when somebody retires, it's not still the end of life. It's not the time to throw in the towel. You can still be working from your home even after retirement with this type of, in this team. And then personal circumstances. Maybe people have problem at work, or maybe because of family, maybe because they got young people, maybe because of health and all of that. And then another one is too much pressure, and that's the most common ones. I will tell you that one of the reasons why I thought I'm going to go and do this training after 4 years that I've heard about it was due to pressure. It was too much for me at that level. You understand? But of course, I don't discourage anybody, because as a nurse, you have to pass through it, before you probably make a decision to come and work where I work right now. And then during the pandemic, which was so understandable, majority left, because it was a matter of life and death. All right. So, like I mentioned, I'm doing this to create awareness. And that's why I created this poster to reach out to my fellow nurses and other healthcare professionals. Now, I will advise us to stop dreaming of maybe, what can I do? Okay, I will do business. Okay, I will come and I've heard about this. It's time for you to start to take action. So I want to welcome you to join us within our team, CHC, as CHC Nurse Assessor, Band 6. Now, what is this CHC that we are talking about? It is not a PIP job. That is, it is not a personal independent payment that the Department of Work and Pension is running, like a disability assessor. It's not. And it's not the type that have so many caseloads that you cannot cope with and it's becoming another body. It's not like that. So CHC Continue Healthcare, or NHS Continue Healthcare, is a package of care that is provided by the National Service, and it is free of charge to people with complex and ongoing healthcare needs. And, it funds the cost of the healthcare services, of the equipment, and every support that they need to manage the health of people that qualify. And what nurse assessor do, or nurse assessor, what they do rather, is they use their nursing skill, all the skills that you have acquired on the ward, all the skills that you have acquired as student nurse, all the skills that you have acquired as district nurse, whatever it is, you are going to begin to use them to do clinical judgments, to make clinical decision in your assessment. So coming on to work, with this team, it's not like you are just coming to maybe just write some things on paper. You are coming, in fact, you are coming to act like a lecturer. You are coming to act like a presenter. You are coming to act like an assessor. You are coming to act like somebody in charge, that is making decision based on evidence that you collect or collected from maybe families, from the GP, from the patients, from care home, from nursing home, from residential supported living, and you are in charge. Even if you need to go and visit them, probably there's a case of maybe safeguarding issue that you need to go and check on the patient. You are not going there to change pampers. You are not going there to do anything like clinical type of a thing. I mean, in terms of hands-on thing, but you are going there like a supervisor that they will be on their best behavior before you get there. So you be in charge, you feel like an honorable nurse, if I may call it like that, So I will encourage you to come along and don't delay like I did for 4 years before I joined them. And then another thing that is so good about it is the NHS is experiencing shortage of staff in this team, and they are desperately looking for nurses. So if you are looking for jobs anywhere, if you type it, you will see that CHC nurses, they are really they are in need of CHC nurses. Now, what is the benefit of working as CHC nurse assessor? Like I've already said, this is just like repeating myself. You will start, as nurse assessor Band 6. You will work from the comfort of your home with ease. You will save on traveling expenses. You will save on, in fact, some people, at times you might even maybe want to cut down on your, transportation, in terms of maybe you even go and get maybe a smaller car or something like that. Or if you want to keep your big car, if it's not like on lease, yeah, it's up to you. You will learn about the opportunity to make more money as CHC Nurse Assessor Band 6, because within this team, they also have like a bank where you can also take on extra shifts that you can do even on weekend based on arrangements. And also, there is opportunity for you to work from home. You'll be with your family. When your children are going to school, it's not that you will leave them 5 a.m. like I used to do and come back when they're already asleep. That will be out of the way, because you will be there for everybody. You'll be able to make breakfast, because you are starting job at 9 and you are finishing at 5 every day. Now, you have opportunity to work with their bank team, like I mentioned. You have opportunity to work with agency and get more money. All right. So who are the people that qualified to apply for this role? I actually forgot. Yeah, no, I thought I didn't include social worker. I work with social worker every day, you know, general nurses, learning disability, you know, registered nurses, registered community nurse, registered theater nurse, registered midwife, registered mental health nurse, registered, you know, district nurse, registered pharmacist, registered physiotherapist, occupational therapist, health visitor, social worker. In fact, psychology, we have a psychologist within our team, you know, right now. Okay, so now if you desire to come along, what do? You come for the training, like I mentioned. So what I've done is I've compressed the national framework. The national framework is almost 200 pages. Oh, sorry, I think somebody sent me a message. Okay, no problem. The person just left because she's attending an appointment. Okay. Okay, we're 4 minutes gone. We're almost finished. Apologies. It's because we were waiting for people. It's supposed to be 30 minutes. So we didn't start on time until almost 10 minutes, you know, gone. All right. So all you need to know about this to prepare you for the job interview is what is contained in the training. Information about how and where to apply is contained in the training. Access to interview question is contained in the training. Access to CHC cover letter, like I mentioned. Starter pack, you will have a starter pack for when you get the job, where to start from, so that it will be as if you're already working with them. Become a lifetime member on my CHC WhatsApp platform, you know, where you can brainstorm and ask for more questions. And also, what do you need to do? You will have support, extra support rather, with your application when you are ready to apply. But I will advise everyone that immediately after the training is the best time for you to start to apply. You know, when you apply, that will also encourage you to start to maybe read through your materials that you're going to get after payment. You get the material before the training starts, once you've paid. So immediately after the training, start to apply. But if you need help, because I know most nurses are very busy, if you need help, you know, to sit down with you online and we fill your form together, because that's extra time for me. And if you need help to interview you before you go for interview, because I train people every day, you are welcome. That will be at extra, you know, cost of £50. But the training itself, you know, is £150. So we have come to the end of this information session. If you're interested to come along next week on the 12th, Thursday the 12th, here are my details. You can take a screenshot of it, pay, you know, into this account, it's Lloyds Bank's account. That's my name, and that's my mobile number. Send me a confirmation so that I can add you to the list of people that are, you know, joining me for the real training on Thursday. So, like I mentioned, to enroll, pay for the training, send your confirmation, come along for the training, and the training is next week on Thursday, 12th of October. So I want to appreciate you for coming. Do we have any question? Over to us. Any question? Hello? Okay.
I'm just going to ask, apart from Thursday, when next is the training again? I just want to take time to digest if I'm going to join now or if there's any other day for the training. Do you know, please?
Okay. Yeah, I'm available anytime, but being that sometimes I have people in a group, you know, who will prefer a particular time. For example, I do like weekly, like the one that's the next one is on the 12th. The next one that's gonna come after will be on the 19th, and weekly like that. You understand? But if anybody wants to do their training, maybe based on their availability, because we all have different rota at work and all that. If you want me to do it with you before the main group, you know, day, you are welcome to also reach out to me. I'll be happy to look in my diary and we fix a date together where it's going to be one-to-one training. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, Miriam, any questions?
Yeah, sure. So is it like you have to first of all be employed as permanent before you start doing agency, or after your training with all the experience that we have as nurses, you can start applying as an agency?
Yeah, but you can join their bank after 2 months, after say maybe 2 or 3 months. And of course, you must have, because by then, probably you would have gone through your shadow time, because most of the time, the shadowing period may be maybe, depending on how quick you have, they don't rush people actually. Sometimes people are ready after 2 months of shadowing to say, yes, I can do it independently. Some, they are not ready until after 6 months, and they won't rush you, they will go at your pace until you are ready to stand alone, to be independent, to do it on your own. But then they will allow you to be shadowing people. You'll be doing practice session, you'll be shadowing different people. So, and you can see that until you are ready to do that, you can't be independent on your own to go with agency or with their bank. So, yeah, that's why. So, once you join them and you are ready, you are like confident, yes, join the bank. And after joining the bank, once you are 1 year within your role, join the agency. An agency, is case by case. For example, at work, for example, when I'm on review, I can do 3 or 4 reviews in a day. But when I'm with agency, agency will pay you based on each caseload. And for DST, some people do 2 DSTs in a day because that's a big caseload, but it's not like too big or something like that. Once you master it, it's like piece of cake. So, but they only pay you at the end of the month, like band 6, within the NHS pay scale. But when you are working with agency will pay you for 1 caseload. If it's DST, which is the big caseload among all the cases that we have, it's 350 for 1 caseload. So if you do 2 caseload in 1 day, you get 700. So you can see that once you master this role, it's hot cake, and you are getting your money from your home. If at all you need to go out and see your patients, it's not going to be like a stress. It will be like maybe you are going shopping or you are going on holiday. Depending on where the patient is, but most of the time, if you apply to places or locality within your area, your patient will be around you as well, So that is it about joining the agency. You can't join the agency immediately because they will want the experience. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
That's right. And the essence of this training, again, to re-explain that, is to teach you the language and to give you the information that you need to start the job, such that when you go for the interview, you are speaking their language. It will be as if you have been, working with them, and you get the job. People always get the job. In fact, 90% of the time. People that, like I mentioned, I didn't start my application. I didn't join the training on time. I took 4 years. And even when I did the training, I still was, because of the tiredness at work or the stress, I was not encouraged. The zeal was not there for me to apply immediately. But the moment I started applying, I got 4 interviews. So you can see. So if you are happy to come along, that's my details. Send me your confirmation. Let me know if you are joining us for next Thursday, which is on the 12th, so I can add it to the list. Or if you want another day, send me the confirmation of your payment, and then let's walk around taking you through it on another day. And of course, the training takes 2.5 hours, just to let you know, 2.5 hours for you to know everything. And you will have like a package, like an handout, of that training, such that you can still go over it at your spare time. And once you finish the training, you are ready to start applying, because the moment you apply, it will encourage you to prepare. And when you, get invitation for the interview and you want support, reach out to me. We'll sit down one-on-one, but that's extra £50. If you need me to help you fill your form, maybe you are very, busy, we'll sit down together. I'll explain it to you. We go through your cover letter, we go through your CV, we go through your application letter together. And then when you get the interview, I will sit you down, do interview for you, so that it's like you are loaded and you just go there and pour it and get your job. That's extra £50. But for the main training, everything that you need to know about CHC, that you need to know even to go for the interview, you might not even need extra support after the training, because you would have mastered everything, They only put that, extra support there for whoever, needs it. So that's it.
So what would be the starting salary, do you know, around or what?
Okay, like I mentioned, if when you apply, you start from band 6. That's the starting, the first stage. And the starting salary depends on the locality as well. For example, people that work in London, the starting salary is close to 40 or 42,000. People that work, in another locality, when you go and look at their pay scale as well, it depends on the location. Their starting salary could be maybe like 35,000 or 36 or 34, kind of. And then it increases every year, just like it's happening in the, when you're working on the ward, because this is still also another part of NHS. So it's NHS, you're coming to do your work and all that. Yeah. So did I answer the question?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
That's okay.
Thank
So
you.
are you coming with us on Thursday, on the 12th? Adekemi and Miriam?
The 12th is because I'm already working, so maybe I'll come on the 19th.
Okay, okay, because on the it's in the evening. I'm not sure if I put the time. It's in the evening on Thursday, 8:30. Yeah. So, and the reason why I push it to evening, because I also learned from my experience when I go to work, especially when I was working in the community before I joined this team. I finish work. Sometimes I don't get home until around 8. So you can imagine. And when I get home, all I want to do is maybe quickly eat, lie down, maybe on my chair. So if I have this, that's how I did my training. I did it at night. Because where I went to train as well, it's always at night, because all nurses, we are all working during the day, or except those that maybe they go for night shift. And some that are even going for night shift, they join us, probably they need to start work, say around 10 or around 11. So that's why I push it there. But then you be in your house, sit down on your sofa, just hold your phone and you're learning. And then you will get your, your handouts that you can also go over it at your spare time. Yeah.
I'm just going to check off on Thursday.
Pardon?
And if I want to check my rota and see my availability. Because if I'm a long day, I won't be able to do it. But if I'm off, I will see. I will give you a call actually.
Okay, no problem.
To let you know.
Yes, fine. Okay.
If this Thursday will be possible or not. Okay,
no problem. And if you prefer another time, just let me know. That's if that's when you'll be free, and then I'll check with my rota, my diary, and then we can discuss maybe on another time, because I know that sometimes one has to be flexible. Even though we are running this every Thursday, everybody may not be available every Thursday. So I mean, I have to do it on Tuesday, because I'm also free on Tuesday. In short, for me, from where I start work at 9, I finish at 5. Of course, there are other things I do. For example, I'm a project coordinator in that's another side job that I do during the week, so I can look at what I'm doing during the week and fit it in. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. So enjoy the rest of your Saturday. God bless. And please be free to share with your friends and let them come along.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your.
All right. Bye now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.